this right now is a dream come true. Like, it still doesn't even feel real. Like I keep telling people, like, playing out here and doing this is just like a dream come true, and I didn't expect this to happen, and it doesn't even feel real half the time. I'm just glad people are finally starting to see who I am and realize the talent that I have, and my whole family's proud of me, and then I'm just proud of myself at the end of the day. I'm just getting started. We just getting started, so.
Ricky, nice to meet you, man.
Yes, sir. Nice to meet you, too.
When we were getting together here at the time we're doing this, you're the leading scorer in the SEC. How'd that happen?
Just, believing in Coach Muss and Coach Muss believing in me. It's that simple. I mean, I try not to force things, try to let the game come to me, and I've just been fortunate enough to play with these many talented teammates that I have, and, it's just a blessing as of right now.
So you come from Wichita State, not quite averaging 10 a game, and you get here and you almost double your average. Were you even starting at Wichita State?
I wasn't. I was sixth man. What happened was I honestly thought I was going to be starting coming into the season. I had a decent freshman season, averaging around 7 a game. Had a lot of returns come back. Had a conversation the first couple of games with Coach, and I realized I wasn't starting. Actually put up some big numbers off the bench, and then towards the middle of the year, when he actually wanted to start me, he had a conversation with me up in his office saying that he didn't want to start me because he didn't want me to not get sixth man of the year. He didn't know how many games that I could start and not be eligible for that, so that was the thing. But he would always tell everybody, I'm a starter, I just come off the bench, blah, 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 stuff like that.
Yeah, well, you did get sixth man of the year.
I did.
I mean, that's a cool honor.
No, it was great. I was really excited for that and really honored for sure.
So how did you end up coming to Arkansas?
Putting my name in the transfer portal was a really tough decision. But when I did, like I keep telling everybody, Coach Muss was literally the first coach to hit me up. Like I put my name in the portal. It was so weird and a funny experience. And then like 3 seconds later, I get a phone call. Don't know who it is. Answered, hey, Coach Muss, Arkansas. I'm like, oh wow. So did a little research, built a relationship with him, and then coming down to decision time, it was pretty easy.
What's that phone call like? Now that you know him, like, let's go back. I want to hear Muss on the other end of the line.
I mean, he was just telling me about the program, really. He made it real quick, real short, real professional. To be honest, I don't remember everything he was saying. I wish I did, but I know he was just introducing himself and then stay in touch. Then all the other coaches started hearing me, Coach Mark, Coach Brewer, Coach Gus, and then they ended up coming down to Wichita to see me actually twice. And yeah, we just built a really good relationship.
What was he doing that might have been different than some of the other coaches that you were talking to? What was he laying out for you about what it would look like at Arkansas?
They're persistent, but not annoying. I mean, no disrespect to the other schools that are hitting me up, but some of them are annoying. When you gonna make a decision? When you gonna make a decision? Like, they were telling me the plan they had for me, what they felt like the future could be, and they were persistent but not annoying, like I just said. So.
What did he tell you about your game and how you might fit in here?
Oh yeah, another thing that I really liked about him, he was real honest, even to this day. Like, he's real honest. Whatever he says, like, that's what he means.
Ricky, I mean, he has at least one wow moment every practice, at minimum one. It might be a dunk. It might be a finish in traffic. But he plays with an incredible energy. I've never had a player in 5-on-0 skeleton when we dry run our opportunity break in transition. I've never had a player in all the years, including the NBA, minor league, I've never had a player run the wing so hard in 5-on-0 skeleton dummy offense. Maybe to some coaches, they think, they just mention it in a staff meeting. To me, it's going to factor in his playing time that he runs that hard, quite frankly. And he's doing it in 5-on-0. Because what all this is about.
He was just telling me my strengths, my weaknesses, telling me things and pulling up weird stats that I didn't even know existed. So, I mean, he was telling me about my shooting percentages need to go up. I thought my defense wasn't as good as it was, but he was showing me the weird stats, and it was much better than I thought. I was like in the top percentile in the country in some areas. And then ball handling, using ball screens, stuff like that. He was just breaking down my game and telling me what I need to work on. And I was excited to get here to work on that.
What's your size?
6'6".
And you play like taller than that. Do you feel like that?
I try. I mean, but at the same time, I was just telling somebody the other day, like, when I was real young, I wanted to be 6'6", like Michael Jordan, and I was just blessed to be the height that not many people could say that.
Was that your guy growing up?
Of course. Yeah.
I don't know. Was Michael Jordan playing when you were born?
No, but it felt like it because my dad had all the film. So, like, I was watching full games, highlights, all of that.
For real. What'd you like about Michael? It sounds like a silly question.
No,
but I like hearing what you like about Michael Jordan's game.
He was just amazing. Like, I really can't explain it. Like, it's some really good players in today's day and age, but like Michael Jordan really like just make your mouth drop when you watch him. Like, wow, like the stuff he did, the things he could do with the ball in the air, his mid-range shot, like his aggressiveness on defense, like everything was just amazing about him.
Just like effortless.
Yes.
Graceful, like nothing's.
It was just
fluid.
It was weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch.
I think Kobe might be the only one that came close to looking like that.
Yes.
But I think Kobe also did like you're talking about. Yeah. He just watched it.
Of course.
So your dad's showing you these tapes of Michael Jordan. All right, tell me about your dad. Tell me about growing up in basketball. Like, how did this happen?
My dad, from his side of the story, and from what I've heard from a lot of the adults back in my town, he was a really, really good player. Like, really good. Like, not him just saying that. Like, people coming up to me, your dad was really, really good. So he was really athletic. He's shorter than me. He's about 6 feet, but I heard he did a lot of crazy dunks like y'all say I do. He didn't have the help, the guidance. So honestly, he's never really played he never played high school, like on a high school team, didn't play in college. I can't even remember if he played on a middle school team, but just playing around the city, he was that guy.
Man, they say that you can go to one of those courts and see like crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever been there, seen
Yes, all the places that he was going playing up, like he took me there when I was real young, and that's what helped me get to where I am today. Like I was playing adults since I was in middle school, really elementary. So that's always helped my game playing against older people.
You're from North Carolina.
Down in North Carolina, yes, sir.
And so there was some Michael Jordan, influence there.
Of course.
What was it like growing up? Tell me about, when basketball became a thing for you.
Well, I started playing at 4 years old, played at a place called Bethesda. It was like a little rec place, AAU, all of that. But like really what helped me get as good as I am today is just playing with my brothers and my sisters. We're all 2 years apart. I'm the youngest. And we just had a lot of battles in the backyard, had a goal, no backboard, just straight rim, which helped us become great shooters. I'm probably the worst shooter in my family. I'm not afraid to say it today, but I always felt like I was the best overall player, like could do a little bit of everything.
Anybody else play in college or?
Of course, my oldest brother played at Providence and then he transferred to UMBC. My sister played at St. Bonaventure and ended out at UNCG, so. And then my middle brother, he went the JUCO route and yeah.
So y'all could all play?
Yeah, yes sir.
Competitive all growing up?
Yes sir, it was tough.
Get along?
Yes, we did. But on the court, no, like, you know how it is. Like, I don't know if you have any siblings, like,
for real.
I always felt like I was the underdog. I mean, I was the shortest for a while until like everybody started leaving the house, then I just grew. But it was really tough. We used to play a lot of 2-on-2s, 1-on-1s, 21. It was fun and competitive for sure.
So did you play other sports at all, or was it always basketball?
I used to take track as seriously as I did basketball. It was like a split thing. I did the high jump. I was actually really good at that. Did the long jump, and I did the 400. But it just came to a time where I just had to, choose which one I was going to do, and basketball was what I really loved. I liked track, but I didn't love it.
Council, his speed, and the flush!
If you follow Arkansas basketball, you've seen Ricky Council play. You know Ricky Council's names, Ricky Council IV. Mm-hmm. You've heard the story. I know you've told it more than 4 times. What is the story?
Okay, so the story is my dad had kids and he decided to name them all after himself. As simple as I can say it, I can't go deeper in this brain. Like Ricky Council II is my oldest brother. He's 27 years old, living a happy life in Maryland. My sister is the next oldest. She's Rihanna Council. She's 25. My middle brother, Ricky Council III, he's back home in Durham. Then me, the youngest, Ricky Council IV. Named them all Ricky, just add the number behind this a little different, but people are starting to like it, so.
No Ricky Bobby in there?
Yeah. I heard the nickname, I heard all the nicknames in the world. Slick Rick, Ricky Bobby, Pretty Ricky. I done heard it all, but we just Ricky.
Does your sister feel left out?
She should.
I mean, she kind of should. I mean, why can't I be Ricky? I mean, there was like a Ricky Lake, like a talk show host or something.
She could have been Rickiana or something.
Yeah, there you go.
But no, she's not left out. We all love her. Yeah. I honestly don't think she would want it to be Ricky, but who knows? I have to ask her one day.
So what does your dad say about this? Did he plan this going in? Like, all my boys I'm going to name Ricky, or did he have one, and then we had another one, I'll go again?
That might be the newest question that I've ever heard about the names, but that I have to ask him, and I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
Yeah, I want to know. We'll have to do another episode.
For sure.
Yeah, to hear that. So was it confusing growing up?
No.
When he would, hey, Ricky, come to dinner.
See, this is how it was, and a lot of people think it's confusing until I explain it. A lot of people, like, where I'm from, like, they call me fourth and third and second. Like, nobody really calls me Ricky. I had to get used to it. Like, when I was at Wichita, it was just weird hearing people call me Ricky. But like, everybody called me fourth, like my teachers, my friends, my coaches, everybody called me fourth, third, second, all of that. So hearing Ricky is just kind of like, my parents never call me Ricky, like never.
That's funny. We got all these Rickies, but we don't go by the name Ricky.
No.
Does anybody call you fourth around here?
A couple of my teammates do. Not seriously, but like they do. Now that they like hear the stories coming out, but I would like to get back to it. It's been a while, but it's okay. Hearing my real name is good.
Were you tall growing up? When did you hit your growth spurt? Were you always?
I would say between my 8th and 9th grade year, I mean, I was always decently tall, but like, I still remember everybody's reaction when I walked in the first day of high school. Everybody was looking at me crazy. I was like, wow, you 6'2" now. I'm like, yeah, I was long, skinny head, like, just looked a little weird, but it took it a while to fill out. Senior year, I was a little cut, but Wichita helped me put on a lot of size and just how I look today, so.
How old were you when you dunked? Do you remember?
I was in 8th grade summer, going out with Northern Knights, Northern High School, or like a little summer team camps. I know I dunked that summer, probably like in practice or something, and then, but I remember my first dunk was at a place called Walltown Recreation in Durham. It was like, I was joking around with one of the older guys. I was like, yeah, I'm about to dunk on you. And then like he jumped and I actually dunked it, and like, I was just joking. So yeah, that was fun.
You're kind of.
I still remember that.
Shocked?
Yeah, I was definitely shocked. I really don't think the goal was really 10 feet, but like, it was like 9 something.
Yeah,
high 9s.
After that, you think you can dunk all the time.
All the time.
Yeah. Man, that's wild. That,
of course.
Most people just, they go out there and they work at it, and they work at it like after you're done playing, and you just accidentally dunked on something.
I feel like I was never one of the guys that just like always just tried to dunk and throw it in and all that. Like, I always did my creative layups, and then like when I felt like I could actually get there, then that's when I actually started trying it.
Outlet to Council, threw down on the other end. Ricky Council with a breakaway dunk. Hogs breaking it open, 59-40.
Were you always a scorer? What kind of game did you have?
I was definitely always a scorer. Yeah, I don't know. I was always a scorer, facilitator at times. I play a lot of point. I was about to say I play a lot of point like growing up. I just always had the ball in my hands, and I feel like my playing style as a younger kid is like kind of carrying on to like how I'm still playing now, like just being able to show my whole game. I feel like I haven't been able to do that in a while.
What was your work ethic like growing up?
It was good. Always never heard that I had a bad work ethic. Putting a lot of work in the backyard, that was like where I did a lot of work. Going with Coach Noel at Southern High School, he showed me a lot. He played at UNC, and then he played in the NBA with the Bucks and a couple other teams. So like, just taking in knowledge from him, and then all my AAU coaches throughout the years. It was just a lot of experiences and a lot of knowledge that I took in and helped me who I am today.
You always had that shot that you have now, or did you really have to develop that?
Oh, I definitely had to develop it, especially when I got taller. I used to have a little push shot where it was like around my chest area. And then like as I got taller, like I started having a higher release. It just changed throughout my career. And sometimes I like really jump really high on my shot. It's changed a lot throughout my career. That's why it's inconsistent at times, but just trying to stick with one shot and be consistent with it and work at it, that's what's gonna help me become a consistent shooter.
What do you think's improved most about your game since you've gotten into college?
I would say my defense. You ask anybody. I was just on the phone with one of my old coaches the other day. He was just telling me how proud he was of how far my defenses came, and it's still not even at its top peak right now, but I really never really had to play defense. Like, I mean, if we're being honest, I mean, you could talk to pretty much anybody on the team. Like, if you were a top scorer and a top player, then like, coaches really couldn't say much about your defense. And it's not like I was just sitting out there like I was athletic, like I was blocking people's shots and stuff, but like if it was like a really good player and they're making a tough move, they're probably gonna go by me, but like it just wasn't really a standout thing because of what I did on the offensive end.
Yeah.
So
changes when you get to
for sure.
the next level.
Of course. I had to play D at Wichita State. Like they were known as a defensive school, and they taught me a lot, put me in the right positions, and it helped me a lot.
What would you say has happened since you've come to Arkansas about your game, or how you fit into this team, or how Coach Moss has kind of, unlocked you, maybe some people would say? Not that you were not good before.
No, for sure.
But you've doubled your scoring average, even though you played well at Wichita State. I mean, I don't know, you tell me, you feel like a different, better player?
I would say, which is actually weird to say because people kept warning me, bigger schools you go, you're not gonna be able to do all these things you were doing, blah, blah, blah. But Coach Muss actually gives all of us, not just me, he gives all of us the freedom to play our games. And that's, I mean, I had freedom at Wichita, but it was kind of contained in a bit. I mean, obviously I wasn't starting, I wasn't playing 40 minutes a game. I never played 40 minutes at Wichita in the 2 years I was there. But he just lets us play our games, and that just unleashes everything that I have to offer.
Mackay, outlet to Devo, and the Hogs are on the move. Davis to Council for a throwdown. Wow, Ricky Council with a dunk. Council threw it down off the feet, and we've got it.
I mean, just personally, I was sort of surprised that you bring all these new guys in. You got a lot of good players, really highly recruited players. Yourself, that it seems like early, I mean, we're still in non-conference, but it's like you guys have somehow figured it out.
Oh,
It's how?
It definitely looks good now, but it was never that smooth early on. Like you said, we have everybody coming in here was highly recruited. Like I know this freshman class was probably top in the nation. I don't really remember, but we just had to gel. We just had to follow what Coach Muss was telling us, and it's going to work out in the end. And we've already shown a lot of growth and what we can do together on the court. So the chemistry has definitely grown since we've been here on campus.
Team goal? What would be a way to sum up what your hopes for this team would be?
Well, I had a couple. They're on a little poster board I have at my house, but I know one was to be undefeated. So I mean, unfortunately, that's not a thing anymore. But another one's to win the SEC tournament and national champs.
Yeah.
And 4 to 5 players get drafted. That was my goals for the team.
Have you always been like that, where you write something down? Long time?
College.
Yeah?
College.
Why?
If we're being honest, like high school, college, pros, I mean, high school, all my goals were focused on getting to college and doing these things in college. Now that I'm in college, like the end goal is even closer, being a pro. So just got to write things down, make it seem possible. I've done lived in 3 different places since I've been here, but I used to write things on my mirror in my old place, so I gotta get back to that. But yeah, I definitely have a poster board right when you walk in my house, all my goals, my personal goals and my team goals, so yeah.
Speaking of your house, what kind of dude are you off the court?
I'm real simple, real chill. If I'm not in the gym, probably watching some of my friends play on TV on ESPN. I got a lot of friends that I will get to watch and play against this year, so that's really exciting. And if not that, then I'm just, sleep, watching Netflix on my phone, something. Not really too much.
Play games?
I don't. I've never really been a game guy. Maybe I would like to be. I just didn't have that growing up and never really got into it.
Well, so growing up, what would you spend all your time in?
Oh, you think I'm boring now? I was literally in the gym, at my school or practice, sleep or homework. That's all I did growing up, no lie, my whole life. It's pretty simple.
Kind of worked out so far.
No, it definitely did. Most definitely did.
What are your dreams as a basketball player?
Well, this right now is a dream come true. Like, it still doesn't even feel real.
I mean, are you feeling that, like, as you're playing and
Yeah.
got like
I keep telling people, like, playing out here and doing this is just like a dream come true, and I didn't expect this to happen, and it doesn't even feel real half the time. Like, I'm just glad people are finally starting to see who I am and realize the talent that I have, and my whole family's proud of me, and then I'm just proud of myself at the end of the day. I'm just getting started. We just getting started, so.
It's cool that you can enjoy that in the moment.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't. What do you? I know you want to stay in the moment, but if you could just go there for a second with me, what are your hopes for your future one day in basketball?
I mean, I just want to get drafted, Not I want to get drafted in the lottery. Not that I want to get drafted, get an NBA contract, play in the NBA, have a successful career there. That's always been my goal, and it just feels so close now. It just doesn't even feel real.
Did you want to go to North Carolina when you were in high school? Did you want to play at UNC?
No, I want to play at Duke.
You wanted to play at Duke?
I did.
So were you disappointed that you didn't get to play there?
Funny story about that. It was around my junior year I realized that was not going to happen. So that kind of hurt a little bit, but it was like, to be honest, if I'm being completely honest, they've been to a couple of my games throughout my career, so it's just like, not necessarily watch me, but like I've seen Coach K on the sideline at my games. I've seen Nate James, Chris Carrawell, all of them. So maybe I guess I just didn't produce. So, but I'm here now, Wichita to here, so I wouldn't rather be anywhere else.
Did that put a little chip on your shoulder?
Of course, most definitely.
Does that help a little bit?
It does. It does. Just gotta stay humble, be the player I am, remember how I was raised, and it's gonna help me.
All right, the fourth. Before we wrap this up,
All right.
I like to ask everybody that plays here this question. When you're done playing at Arkansas and you move on to the next level, what do you hope Razorback fans remember about Ricky Council IV?
I hope they remember that I was a real exciting player. I brought lots of joy to the fans, and that I was just a good person off the court as well. I mean, being able to interact with the fans, just going to the girls' games and being able to interact with all the kids and families there, and after our games doing the same as well, and seeing people in the community, just knowing that I'm just a regular guy like them,